seem to focus on a single industry, which is the ag industry. And what I suggest, is that the goal is to support economic growth and high quality job creation. There are very special needs in agriculture because of the special land use considerations. And I think that's what most of what the actions are that we've highlighted under Goal 5. But I think that the broader category is supporting economic growth. I mean, for example, clearly we're concerned about our manufacturing sector, we're concerned about our service sector, and we will be taking actions on a regular basis to service those needs. But agriculture, because of its land use characteristics, does require these special attentions stuff. And then I'd like to get on to number 6, the forest management plan.
Okay.
I disagree with 6.4. And I don't think that matches the discussion that we had in the first session. Clearly, the tree farm is a critical part of our revenue, but we're not making any other budgetary decisions in this strategic goal summary. And it feels like we've picked out one item and we're saying that in all cases, we're going to prioritize tree farm over anything else, which I don't think is true. I think it's a budgetary decision. I think on a case-by-case basis, we would make decisions on priority. But for example, if someone came along and told me that they were going to pay us 3 times the rate that we get for cutting our logs to do something else with them, we might seriously consider that. So I would hate to see us have this broad statement that the tree farm is prioritized above anything else in the forest management plan.
This is Chair Oates. I'll make a couple comments on those last 2 subjects that Arthur's talking about.
Okay.
Anybody who's lived here for a long time knows that we have the situation where we have a lot of forest land, a lot of ag land, and a lot of demand to change it. We've put these things to the top of our priorities over the years because there's an economic value in the long term for using these different industries such as the ag lands and the forest lands that create an income over time. The problem with not supporting restrictions and whatnot on those 2 areas is that in the short run, there's always a lot of ways to make more money quickly over a short period of time, but there's not necessarily sustainability like there is in these agricultural or these forest lands where it goes on in perpetuity for generations. And it's kind of hard to get a hold of that because unless you've seen how that's changed over years. I've seen forest lands in the county taken out and put back in twice in my lifetime already. And it's just amazing how it continues to go and how right now the forest lands are the second most important income for Hood River County's governance because it belongs to the people of Hood River County. And the agriculture with its very strong economic value for Hood River County, not only for the governance and whatnot and all the taxes and all the economic processes that go through with that huge industry, but it's also important not only to Hood River County and the state of Oregon, but even nationally, as up to 40% of what's produced here in Hood River County is exported. And these are pretty strong, important industries that are here because we've put priorities on them to try to keep them. And they've done a good job of supporting this county over the years. And I hate to take that priority away from that. Arthur, if you think we need to have that totally for different industries, then let's put another one in there, but I wouldn't take this one out.
Can I comment on that?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so I certainly, these are 2 very separate issues, the agriculture and the forestry. We should really view them separately. And in agriculture, what I was trying to say, and I should be really clear, I fully understand and fully support the efforts that we have to make as a community to protect and preserve our farmland. So you're not going to find me, I don't think you'll find a bit of air between, or a bit of light between our positions on that issue. What I'm saying is that as a county government, we have many, many jobs in other sectors, and we as a county government should be providing the support necessary to generate and to support development of jobs in those areas. And I think Chair Oates is exactly right that agriculture is going to be the one constant, and we're going to see industries change. It used to be ladder manufacturing and sprayer manufacturing was the big manufacturing business in town, and you don't find many people manufacturing sprayers anymore. Now they're doing aircraft parts. We're going to see that change again and again, and I think that's healthy. What I'm saying is I want to see something in there so that as we change from the current emphasis on recreational equipment manufacture, aircraft, UAV-related sectors to another sector, that it's not something that catches us by surprise and not something where we're actively fighting against it or not providing the necessary support to make those transitions. So if you think that should be a separate item, I think that's fine. I certainly don't want to detract from the need, from the necessary focus on protecting the agricultural land base. But I do want some way to acknowledge that that's a minority of the jobs in our county and a minority of the dollars, and we better make sure that that's not all we have. Does that make sense, Mike?
Yeah, it does, and I agree with you on those other areas of the industry and whatnot, and I totally support putting another section in there stating how you put it on reinforcement and governmental help for those industry developments.
So the phrase that I use is support economic growth and high quality job generation, and I'm not sure where we put that in here, but that's kind of the phrasing that I'm using.